Okay, so we will officially start the live finale for the HyperHack 2023 for the core category, innovation through core business automation solutions as the official category name. This is the second category of the HyperHack 2023. The first category was AI-powered automation solutions, which runs in a parallel stream, which you will find on the HyperHack page. And in the live finale page as well. So if in case you are in the wrong finale and you intended to be in the other one, just switch streams at any time between the two finales in order to watch the one you intended. We're going to start soon, so this is today, the live finale will take about 1.5 hours, a bit more even, I think 1 hour 40 minutes. We're hoping not much longer than that, and we hope to have you with us as much as possible for as longer part of this time as possible. And we definitely hope you will enjoy what you see, as our contestants have prepared the best use cases for this finale. Now it's time to present our jury for today's finale, and they are the ones who will be watching and monitoring, evaluating the solutions, and of course they will calibrate afterwards, and we will have the winners announcement on Monday, August 7th. So without further ado, first jury member is Mircea Grigore, our VP for Product Management from UiPath. Mircea, if you wish to say hello. Okay, maybe.
Yeah. Hi guys, happy to be here. I wish you all guys good luck, and I'm very, very excited to hear from you guys and see what's been cooking.
Okay, so we have Mircea in the room, it's confirmed. We'll move to the next jury member, also our colleague, Ligi Kunap, Director for Product Management. Ligi?
Hey everyone, looking for a great presentation.
Thank you for being here, Ligi, with us. Dhruv Patel, Senior Sales Engineer with UiPath. Dhruv, if can you unmute?
Yeah, hey everyone. Looking forward to seeing all the solutions you've built out, and excited to get going today.
Okay, and Priyanka Dutta, which is from NatWest, VP of RTM Intelligent Automation. Priyanka?
Hi, hello everybody, and congratulations on making this far, and really, really excited to look at, what we have here in the list, and, what great things you guys have built. So congratulations and good luck.
Okay, because we do not have that much more time, I think this is the last to remember. Gunther? Gunther,
hey everybody.
Director.
Yes, I'm here. First of all, super excited to see all the projects today, all the solutions. Congratulations for making it this far. It's an achievement by itself. And I really can't wait to see who's going to win today.
Thank you very much, Gunther, for being with us. So during the call, you will have the entire support from me and Vibor, who are the hosts of this finale. I think most of you already know us. If not, you will know us after today. And now it's time to present our finalists. We have 9 finalists today in the finale. The first team is Boundaryless Test Automation. Second team, Individual GIW. Third team, Soft Automations. Fourth team, the Silicon Robots 2.0. Fifth team, UiPath. Sixth team, Automigos. Seventh, Persistent IMA. Eighth team, Samaritan. And ninth, Motasim Makar. And now I will ask the first team to prepare, Vino Livan and his co-presenter. And during this time, I will stop sharing to let Vino take over the screen, as we will officially start the finale.
Vino, when you are ready, just let us know so the timer can be started.
Yeah, sure. Suraj will be sharing the screen.
Okay, let me know if all can see the screen. We are ready to start. All right, good day, esteemed panelists, dear members of the UiPath community team, and the host, the audience, and the fellow finalists with us. We are Team Samaritan, and we are here to showcase our adoption suitability assessment system that we are going to present here. With me, I have a very talented team with Vino, who is itself a UiPath MVP, Mamta, and Fennel, all from Accelerate IMC. We'll start with playing a small clip, and then we'll move forward with the presentation. I hope everyone can hear to the sound. Yes, this is truly going to be a beacon of hope, a breakthrough that merges technology and compassion. So what are the problems faced by existing adoption system? It lacks the standardization. It lacks, it is very tough to verify the authenticity of the documents. Database management itself is a task because the data varies across different states, and definitely a bureaucratic delays, which is a big hurdle. It gets stuck into the red tapeism. What we are trying to do is, we are going to do an eligibility check, which will check the age, marital status, along with the financial status and the physical check. To do that eligibility check, we are going to do a document verification on different, these are the different documents, those we are going to trying to verify, and the database management. And finally, we are going to present a detailed assessment report. So typically there are 4 stages in any of the adoption process. It will starts with the registration, goes to the training assessment, mental assessment, then matching with the right child, and then post-placement and adoption support. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to bridge the gap between stage 1 and stage 2 so that we can fast track the entire system at least up to the phase stage 2 and then go forward with it. End users are going to be the government and the couples who are looking for adoption. What are the product suite we have used so far is UiPath Studio, obviously data service, storage bucket, UiPath apps, and the OpenAI connector for that. The benefits, those we are getting out of this is definitely we are facilitating and fast tracking the government decision-making process. We are standardizing the document verification process. Database management is going to be centralized, and also we are bringing transparency to it. I'll then hand over to Livan to explain the solution architecture for this one.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Suraj. So we have 2 parts of our entire solution. First, we have is a registration portal where the parent can come in, they can fill all the relevant information, they can upload relevant documents. And after that, we have an unattended bot. So that will first download all the documents from the storage bucket. And right from the screen, you can see there are different stages where the bot will go through. It will go right from verifying the proof of identity to do the police verification and just for performing all the rigorous and just to ensure the authenticity and the compliance of the source. Now our secret source of our entire solution is GenAI. Since most of the documents we are dealing here kind of unstructured, and also we are using GenAI, GPT, for doing different activities such as classifying the document, extracting the key entities, and doing something like text classification and so forth and so on. As a last final step, once all the information that has been generated, it will be added to a data service. So the government official can just get into the UiPath app and he can just see the summarized information generated by the bot. So therefore, it is just reducing the processing time of the entire operation right from months and years just to few minutes. Next slide. So this is how the registration portal will be looking like. Next slide. Okay, also here we can see the different modules such as the login and the assessment report, and we'll be going in depth across all of them in our demo. So Suraj, can you get into the next slide and play the demo?
Yep, definitely. I'm starting this demo.
First step of our system is child adoption application. So parents needs to fill all this required detail, as well as they have to upload all this required document. So they have to select marital status, personal information like name, date of birth, occupation, annual income. And once they submit all this document, like for example, proof of identity, they either can submit passport, Aadhaar card, or voter ID. For income proof, we have given 2 options. And also children details, contact information, and child preference for adoption and adoption reason. So once they submit it, we will store the data in the data services.
1 minute.
And we are also going to upload all this document in the storage bucket. So the second step is to create or generate the assessment report. So in the second step, we will show the assessment report. So it will be used by the government agencies or the adoption agencies. So let's take an example of the first case, which is an EHC. So it says this case has been approved because all her verification has been done successfully. All the documents have been verified. If you go to the second case, which is the Rakesh Sharma, so the bot has rejected this particular case because it has given the rejection comment as well, because the couple does not meet the requirement of having a minimum of 2 years of marital relationship. If we see the example of the third case, let's take example of Sumit Shah. Then this case is also rejected, and the reason being criminal history record has been found. So this is how the bot will going to function when it comes to showing the assessment report.
Sorry.
Yep. So this is how we are trying to bridge the gap between children and couple looking to adopt children with the power of AI and RPA. We're open for question and answer.
Okay, we're starting the Q&A now. So please, any member of the jury, you're welcome for the questions.
Sorry, it went through pretty quickly. I just wanted one question. How are you doing your document verification again?
So yeah, so we are using a part of document understanding, and for something like an unstructured document, we are using GPT.
All right.
Then quick question on integration to GPT. How are you integrating with GPT today in the solution?
So yeah, for this demo, we are using integration service, and we are using the OpenAI connector.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, just last one. Just to understand your concept, right? So you are. It's a very sensitive use case that you've picked up. So have you thought anything about how the security would be managed, about the information that you have and the documents that you're holding?
So
yeah, definitely.
Any thoughts? I know it's a bit far-fetched, but just to understand any thoughts you might have around.
Go ahead, Livan. You can take this.
So yeah, right now we are using OpenAI. In the future, if it is for the government agency, we'll be using something like an Azure OpenAI, where all the data will be sitting in the Azure. And obviously we know the security and the compliance granted by the Azure system, right?
Okay, thank you.
We still have 1 minute for Q&A. Any other questions?
So this application is, I see that it has to be exposed to consumers, right? It's more like a consumer application. How do you plan? Who are those consumers? How do you plan to reach them? How do you roll this out?
Yep. So basically, there would be a government which will be using one portal where the verification has been done. And then there would be a foster care as well, and the individuals who are there. So in case of India, we have a CARA, which actually manages this child adoption and everything. So we can, kind of have a tie-up with them, and we can definitely expose the system to larger audience.
And so you expect the the government to host this app for the registered users. That's the rollout mode. Okay.
Definitely, or at least use the concept that we have used by integrating with the app.
Okay, we're done for the Q&A time. Now I will.
Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes. Okay. Wait a bit, please.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, start it.
Okay. So hello, everyone, as esteemed jury members and everyone who is present on this session. So the name of our application is Intelligent Medical Assistant. Name of my team is Persistent IMA. I am Aditya Bailur from Persistent Systems. So these are my talented team members, Amit, Gagandeep, Nitin BR, who will be my co-presenter and will be showing the demo, and myself. So let me tell you that, what problems that we are addressing with persistence, persistent systems, intelligent medical assistant. So generally, a lot of us must have observed this, that, whenever we go to a pharmacy and we want to buy any prescribed medicine over the counter, the pharmacist may have issues like, the medicine is not available or it is out of stock. So and the pharmacist actually generally ends up calling the concerned doctor to get information about alternative medicines. Also, generally, like whenever any diagnostic test is recommended by a doctor, the patient generally finds it difficult to find a list of diagnostic centers in their vicinity, the nearby centers. So basically, Persistent Systems Intelligent Medical Solution Assistant is a one-stop solution to all these problems, where we are actually, extracting data from a prescription, an uploaded prescription, in a very intelligent manner. We are not only just extracting any random information, but we are also extracting information like, the medicine names, the prices, the side effects of that medicine, and also the reviews of the prescribed and alternate medicines. And at the same time, we are also providing the nearby diagnostic centers for any entered medical test. So these are some of the details of intelligent medical assistant. The end users would be the pharmacists, mainly the pharmacists, the doctors, and also the patients. The user department is going to be the healthcare industries, are the pharmaceutical and diagnostic. Some of the UiPath products that we have used in this application are document understanding, orchestrator, UiPath Studio, and orchestrator API. And some other integrations are OutSystems, AWS API layer. Some of the benefits are like enhanced decision making, time and cost savings, and intuitive user experience. So this is a to-be workflow for the prescription analysis, which is one of the functionalities. So the pharmacist will be logging in to our application, which is a front-end application. In our case, it is OutSystems. If the prescription is uploaded, then the document understanding will be extracting the prescribed medicine, and it will be extracting all the medicine information from the trusted sources, and will be filtering out some alternative medicines, and will be extracting the additional information of those medical, like reviews and all, and the package, and it is going to package the data and send it back to the front-end application. The similar workflow is for the diagnostic center locator also. Now, I'll just quickly take you through the architecture of this. So the end user will be logging into the front-end application portal. In our case, it is the OutSystems, which is compliant to HIPAA. It will be so the user will be uploading the prescription, which will be getting uploaded in the AWS S3 bucket, and after that, there will be a UiPath authentication, which will be with the UiPath orchestrator, which will be generating a token. That same token would be used by UiPath job trigger to the API, and it will be actually downloading the uploaded prescription from the AWS S3 bucket, which will be sending it to the UiPath document understanding. And in return, it will be extracting all the data from the different external websites, like prices, reviews, and different information. And it will be converting it to the JSON and will be sending it back to the application. Now I'll pass on to Nitin for the demo.
Thanks, Aditya, for that quick presentation. Let me share my screen. and quickly go through the demo. So this is the front-end portal that will be visible for the three actors that we just discussed. That is the patient, the pharmacist, and healthcare. For the purpose of this demo, we will go through two actors. So first, I'm logging in as a pharmacist. So as we discussed, as Aditya just explained, pharmacist has an option to upload a prescription to get the details about any alternate medicines and the price of the medicines, review, etc. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm just using this sample prescription. This is a native PDF. So I will just upload this prescription through this user interface. So I will just type in the patient name, and I will just quickly select the prescription that I just showed you. And when I click on upload, so as Aditya just described, the file goes and gets uploaded into an S3 bucket, and the OutSystem application in turn uses the orchestrator API to do an authentication, and then it uses the token to trigger the the orchestrator job. So let me just go to the orchestrator now. So the file is just getting uploaded now.
We have 1 minute left.
Okay. So as you can see, the UiPath bot has already started running. So the few steps the bot performs. The first thing is it downloads the prescription from the S3 bucket, and then it renders this document into the document understanding capability of the UiPath, and it extracts the list of medications that was prescribed by the doctor. Once this list of medications has been extracted, we use public websites to determine the price of this medicine, the alternative options that are available for this particular medications. So as you can see, the bot has started extracting the information for the first medication. So for this, as I mentioned, for this demo purpose, we have used a native PDF, but we plan to do an enhancement to use the document understanding capability to use the scan PDF as well.
Nitin, we're stopping. We're going into Q&A now.
Okay.
So the jury, please be prepared. We've started Q&A.
Okay, quick question from me. So yeah, I mean, the concept is interesting, but you know, in India, so I'm sorry, I will take the example of India. Most prescriptions are handwritten, as you might know, right? So how will the system be able to handle that, or does it only work for digital prescriptions?
So at this point of time, we have designed it for the digital prescription, but we want to enhance it to use it for the handwritten prescription as well. We have not used a retrainable model as of now. We can use a retrainable model to achieve that, but we just have to.
Okay. So if there is a digital structured prescription in say some 2, 3, 4, 5 different formats, then would this system support that?
Yes, at this point of time, that will be supported.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Next question.
For the document understanding side, are you using, is it a form extractor, or did you train like an actual ML model to do extraction?
So for now, we have used the form extractor group. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we still have 1 minute and a half almost for questions.
A question on the use case itself. At some point, you guys said that it's the system would be able to suggest medical centers. Can you perhaps give me a real world example to better get a grasp on this?
Right, sure. So what happens is, let's assume that a patient has been suggested to undergo a particular test. Now, if he wants to find out the nearby or diagnostic centers nearby to him, he can go into this application, log in as a patient, and type and select the test that he has been suggested. And once he selects that, the bot gets triggered and it finds out all the available test centers that are near to his location, and gives it back to him on the user interface, along with the URL for him to book if he wishes to book it via online.
Okay. And how would you find how would you fetch this medical center? Do you keep a database or interrogate some service? Where do you get this recommendation from?
Again, as of now, we are using public websites to extract this data. So a lot of test centers have their own websites. We can get the geolocation from the OutSystem application itself, and using that location.
Okay, we'll stop the answer here. I'm sorry. You can stop sharing screen now, please, and we will give the jury 1 minute for calibration. Started the calibration minute. Please stop sharing screen. Thank you. And we will go for the next team now. Team number 4, Team Automigos. Emre, if you can prepare, please.
Yeah, I will prepare. Can you see my screen?
We cannot see it yet.
No.
Okay, I will try my presentation window then. Sorry for that.
Let's see, so it's okay. Just let us know when you're ready to start.
I will change my presentation to show you my demo. So first, I can show you my presentation. So can you see my?
Yes, we can. Can you start?
Okay.
You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, we started.
Greetings, esteemed member of the jury. I'm Emre Kemal Balcı and honored to stand before you today as the team leader of the Automigos. I currently hold the position of Digital Workforce Engineering Team Leader at Entity Data Business Solution Turkey. I'm excited to share our innovative idea, ApplyMate, with you. We noticed that generally the recruitment process takes a long time if there is too many job applicants. So our main goal was to speed up the recruitment process and create an environment to facilitate recruitment process for HR, recruitment department, and of course applicants. So ApplyMate is an innovative solution designed to streamline the job application process for external candidates by simplifying the viewing and application of relevant job openings within an organization. Leveraging document understanding capabilities, the platform automates the CV extraction, minimizing manual efforts and ensuring consistent data extraction. Through an AI-powered CV matching system, candidates' resumes are objectively evaluated against the job requirements, enabling efficient identification of potential matches. This AI rating system proves invaluable in swiftly screening through a large pool of CVs, allowing HR and hiring departments to identify top candidates without extensive manual review. All candidate information, including CVs and AI evaluations, is seamlessly organized in centralized attendees entity within data services, facilitating easy access and efficient data management. With ApplyMate, businesses can enhance their recruitment process, saving time and resources while optimizing candidate selection. So let me show you my demo right now. I need to change my screen again. hope you see my browser right now. So on the main screen, you can see the list of the job openings. This application is public. So over here, we have show CV button and create job buttons. So these are visible only to individuals registered with the organization. The apply button is visible to everyone, and interested candidates can use it to navigate to the application screen. Additionally, you can track the real-time number of applicants for each job openings from this page. Now I will create an example job opening. The necessary information for job openings is filled out using the form displayed. With this information, a new record is created within the jobs entities in the data service. For example, now I'm creating a IT specialist position for the IT department. So I get an description before. So sorry for that. Yeah, the job is created successfully. So now let's make an application. So for financial consultant. So over here, as you can see in this page, the detail of the job opening are provided. And below, there is an area to upload CV file for the attendee who wants to apply. Let me upload an CV file, for example. So after selecting the CV file, the apply button is clicked. So subsequently, the selected CV is saved to storage bucket in the background. Another time the process is triggered, and the necessary information is extracted from the uploaded CV is using document understanding. The collected information is then used to perform an analysis on whether the candidate is suitable for the job opening using OpenAI APIs. Based on this analysis, an AI model generates a rating and comment with this data. A new record will be created in the attendee entities in the data service. So just wait a minute. Wait a second. Yeah. It will analyzing. It was much more faster than this, but come on. So I can show you an example if you want before I uploaded CV file already. I have. Sorry. Oh yeah, it was created. Yeah, our applicant is here. So as you can see, the number of applicants in the job list has increased. So
1 minute.
now let's now let's review the job application receipt. On this page, you can see the list of individuals who have applied for job openings. You can see the AI rating and AI comment as well, and the data of the attendees and CV file. And there is an approve button for the approve the attendee. On this page, we are selecting related people who will participate with the meeting. So I'm choosing myself, for example, and send a meeting for email. So I will receive an email for the meeting time. So I want to lastly say
we will stop.
Yeah, okay then. That's all actually. Yeah.
Okay, we will go into Q&A now with the jury. Q&A started now.
Sorry for going first every time, but I think the obvious question from me would be, how are you actually rating this? So the rating that you've given, 42 on 100, what is this based on?
Yeah, we have prepared for that number. We have prepared that for rating a prompt for the OpenAI GPT model, for the GPT model. So we are using the dynamically that prompt with using attendees information.
In addition to the question, I was actually going to ask the same question, Priyanka. How are you doing the integration with GPT today?
Yeah, we are using integration service and OpenAI connector as well with the activities.
Perfect, thank you.
Any more questions?
Yeah, just one more. So is it possible for me as a evaluator to define these ratings?
Sorry, I couldn't understand.
Sorry, I mean, is it possible to define what these ratings can be? Can an evaluator just define that I want my applicants to be evaluated or scored this way?
We are comparing with the job description and the CV informations. We are matching these data with the GPT model.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yeah.
Other questions? We still have 1 minute for the jury. We will let the whole time flow anyway, but please be mindful that if there are like jury questions and the answer goes over the 3 minutes, we will stop the answer at 3 minutes stops.
Thanks, Emre. Good presentation, and good presentation for the other so far. I think we're midway, and this is looking very good today. Very impressed.
Okay, we will give now 1 minute for the jury calibrate. Thank you very much, Emre. And the next.
This is our talented team, formed by RPA developers André Pedroni, Natalia Camelo, and Otávio Farinon, who is here with me today, and also Leonardo Perini as business analyst. We decided to focus on the employee registration process because we identified it as costly and time-consuming, directly affecting employee productivity. Our solution consists of 4 interconnected parts. The first part receives data from the employee through UiPath apps. The second part utilizes document understanding to read and organize the received data. The third part registers the employee in SAP and generates documents for later signing. The last part involves sending the documents to the employee using the DocuSign API, requesting their signature to complete the process. Here we have more details and all the products and integrations we used. We were able to run a few tests and observe that the integration time for new employees reduced by approximately 60%, which would almost eliminate the need for an employee to work overtime. The automation also provided better oversight of the entire onboarding process and generated valuable insights, allowing to start creating a complete onboarding experience for new employees using the freed up time. This is our solution architecture, and we will demo for you now.
Okay, so we start the process by uploading 1 or more employee documents into our app, which was built to be used by people and culture employees. For this presentation, we will upload only 1 file. This file is necessary for the onboarding process. We will also set the integration date according to our company's business rules. When we click the Send button, a transaction is created in our queue HyperHack Step 0. The next step will run this transaction. It involves UiPath Studio Web, where the UiPath document understanding process will begin in order to extract the employee's data, which will be added to a transaction in the HyperHack Step 1 queue. We manually trained it to extract the information from Brazilian work document files. The trigger for this process is disabled because we need time to show a video of the next part, as our SAP Human Resources Quality Environment is undergoing an update from August the 1st to August the 4th. Using UiPath Studio Desktop, we will enter SAP with the authorized user for this process. Next, with the extracted data from the employee files, we will register this employee in the system. We will now manually start the job for the next part, where Word documents will be generated based on templates, where the employee's name and other information will be added to the files. These files will be converted to PDF format to be sent for the employee to sign using the DocuSign API. The DocuSign process runs in the background using UiPath Studio Desktop. For this test, we will send the documents to our own emails, and we'll wait a few seconds for this email with the documents to be received. Anytime now. Okay, we will now show the document in the final format that the employee will receive for signing. This document will be automatically sent to our Human Resources department for further processing in the company systems. This ends the process automation.
We expect the end-to-end process to take 1 minute for each employee, having around 450 employees during peak periods, returning around 1,800 hours a year. This concludes our presentation. Thank you for watching.
We still have 2 minutes, Natalia, so in case you want to add anything more. If not, we will go into Q&A, but it's your choice.
That's all.
Yeah, okay, good. Then we will pause here the timer. Thank you for that. And we will reset for the jury Q&A. Please start with the questions.
Great presentation, guys. One question I wasn't, maybe I missed this. What did you use for passing data to SAP?
We used the data that was extracted from the employee documents using document understanding.
Mm-hmm. And to actually fill in the SAP, you used
just UiPath Studio Desktop, SAP automation using the interface.
Okay. Thanks.
And same question for the DocuSign integration as well. Would love to know what you used for that one.
We have a DocuSign scope in UiPath Desktop. We actually used that, but we kind of built the DocuSign envelope using JSON format files. So for each recipient that needs to receive the documents, for example, we add this recipient in JSON format to the envelope. And for each sign here tab that we need to add, we do the same thing. We have sort of an architecture that allows us to expand this workflow depending on which functionalities of the DocuSign API that we need. So hopefully in the future, we keep adding new things to it in order to maximize our usage of the DocuSign API functionality.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Sorry, one last question from me on the use case itself. So in your demo, you were sort of, you manually kicked off different parts of the process. Is that just because, I mean, this is a demo, in reality, would it be a seamless process end to end? Is that going to be the case?
Yeah, we wanted the presentation to be fully seamless, but our SAP human resources quality environment is currently undergoing maintenance because bad luck,
all right.
you know.
You did mention, sorry.
Yeah, so we had
you did
to stop the process for a little bit to trigger the next step manually. So in reality, we expect everything to be seamless and for the process to be very fast, hopefully.
Yeah, no, perfect. Thank you. You did mention that. Sorry, I just lost track.
Okay.
Is this a process live in your organization today?
Currently, we have a version of this process live in the organization. We are getting these gains, but we need for the HyperHack project, we built this new solution that we would need to upgrade the current solution used in the company to this new model that we developed. But since we developed everything in quality environments, but for the future, I can see.
Understood.
Yeah, I can
Thank
see
you.
it being.
I'm sorry, but
Christina is gonna kill us over time.
No, but knowing the discussions we have afterwards, it's better to keep it like that. I know it's frustrating for some of the teams to have their answers stopped, but also like in the jury, please try to put your last question at least 20 seconds before the stopwatch is over. So they have at least 10 seconds left for the answer. So we can be mindful of that. Okay, we will stop recording now and give 1 minute for jury calibration.
Yeah, hi everyone. We are the Silicon Robots 2.0, and our product is the Unsub Simplify, an RPA for good initiative. First of all, we are thankful to the organizers and the jury for providing us with the opportunity to showcase our product, which we believe has the potential to make a positive impact in the global efforts against carbon emissions. Moving to the team slide, my name is Umesh, and I have Faiz and Nishant with me. We are teammates from the digital transformation practice at the Silicon Partners. I hope most of the people will be able to relate to this slide. Does your mailbox also look like this? Most of the emails here are what we call as approved spam, because majority of these are unread bills, ignored newsletters, unopened marketing promotions, and social media updates. The images that you see in this slide have been shared by our teammates at TSP when we did some initial research before starting this project to analyze if the problem actually existed and what can be done to resolve this. What we don't realize, however, is that there are two major energy requirements associated while sending and storing these emails. Let's move to the demo and complete the sign-up process before we circle back to show some unbelievable statistics and the solution architecture of this application. So this is the homepage of this application. The first step in decluttering your mailbox is to register with the application. Here you can sign up with the Google. Signing up with Microsoft is a planned future enhancement. Users will have to consent to the application for reading and editing the mailbox. This sign-up process is facilitated using a Django server, which is currently hosted locally. Using orchestrator APIs, the Django application adds a queue item containing the access token directly to the orchestrator queues. A queue-based trigger then starts an unattended process, which reads the mailbox using Gmail APIs and classifies the emails based on their email body using an ML skill that is created in the AI Center. Due to scarcity of time, we have configured the process to read just the first 25 emails. This sign-up process takes some time. So while the bot does its work, let's take a look at some statistics and the solution architecture. Going back to the slide, let us take you through some statistics which are eye-opening and will leave you stunned. With regards to energy consumed for storage of emails, the Good Planet Foundation estimates that deleting just 10 emails by every user would save millions of gigabytes of storage space, which is around 55 million kilowatts of power. With regards to energy consumed for sending the emails, a BBC article reveals that if all the adults in UK sent one less thank you email a day, it could reduce the carbon output by over thousands of tons annually. We have also shared the URLs in the chat to have a look at these articles. As a part of this research, we found that although educating people about email management is an energy conservation effort is easy, it is quite difficult to implement this because it involves manually going through each email, unsubscribing them, and deleting past emails. So we designed a solution which aims at helping users unsubscribe to prevent future emails and also delete past emails, thus helping the user inbox experience as well as minimize the environmental impact of these emails. Moving to the solution architecture of the project, this diagram shows how different components of UiPath are closely integrated with other applications to access the data in real time. If we have a look at the Gmail, we see that our application has sent an access code, which can be used to access the emails and perform actions. Going back to our application, when we add the email ID and access code, the application runs an authentication to check if the access code is present in the data service. Once authenticated, a cloud serverless robot gets triggered. This bot fetches data from data service entity and prepare it for the application. So this generated list contains the details of all the newsletters, promotions, bills in the user's mailbox, along with the email count. All general emails are ignored. Clicking on this unsubscribe link, this button redirects the user to the unsubscribe link of that particular email, which can be used to unsubscribe from that newsletter or promotion. Clicking on this Take Me There button will open a filtered mailbox with the particular sender's email, which can be reviewed by the user before unsubscribing or deleting. We are also planning to add a paid feature where we will unsubscribe from selected emails for you, thus making this a freemium business model. The cleanup tab mailbox will help users to clean up their mailbox by moving the emails to specific folders. We have provided this feature to allow for users to review the emails before deleting them. Once user selects the mails and click on cleanup, a cloud serverless process starts moving these emails to these folders. In some time, we will see some new folders being created and emails getting moved to these folders. Right. So this Go to Mailbox tab provides options to easily navigate directly to the specific folders in the user's folders. Going back to home page, remove this digital footprint is a planned future enhancement. We are planning to integrate it with dataseal.io.
We will stop here, please.
Sure.
We will now start with Q&A now. Keep sharing your screen, please, until the Q&A is over. Q&A started.
Quick question from my end. Is this something you use yourself today?
What we have done is for the demo, we have only 25 emails that we have configured. And for the demo, we are not actually deleting any emails. But if we do want to delete, we can just go here, review, we didn't want to delete it automatically because there might be some false classifications from the AI center. And so once we have reviewed it, we can just select any of these emails and then just click on delete, and that gets deleted from the mailbox.
Makes sense. Thank you.
So yeah, my question is, and God knows I need this. How are you actually classifying? What are you using to classify these emails?
So there is a text-based classification. What we are doing is using Gmail APIs. We are getting the body of this email, and then we are passing the body of this email to the machine learning classification, the text-based classification, and then that is returning us 4 different types of results. It's either promotion, newsletter, bill, or if it's a general email, it just returns a general email, which we don't populate in our application because we don't want that getting stored or getting deleted accidentally.
And this classification model is something that you've created, or just pre-existing, or which you're just using, the one which labels, which classifies these emails?
Yep. So we have created that classification model, currently using 1,500 of our own emails. But when we do want to go live, we will need a much larger data set. So yes, we have created that classification model.
Thank you.
How would you go about implementing the premium feature?
Great question. So the idea is that we want to create an AI-enabled smart bot, which knows which finds the newsletter, the unsubscribe button, clicks on it, and then we have made it smart enough that it knows where to click and what to do to unsubscribe for that particular email sender.
More seconds.
I have one question. Why, even if the user is aware of, CO2 emission, why does he go and buy the subscription? If it is like,
we'll stop. Okay.
We are Software Automation. We are from Colombia. We work at Software Technologies, and our 2023 HyperHack project is Reputational Tracker. Our team members are Jefferson Cordova, Juan Pablo Viedo, and me, Nicolas Villate. The problematic that we are going to solve is based on these 2 questions. How can companies can ensure trustworthiness when establishing business relationships? And what strategies can companies employ to make reliable decisions despite limited information and time? So to try to solve that problematic, we are going to present you our project that consists in do a search on multiple platforms to gather information and public opinions about company, brands, products, services, etc. And by analyzing the comments and the general reactions, the goal is to classify people's responses into positive, negative, or neutral opinions within a defined time frame. Well, some details about this project. The end users are companies, brands, startups, etc. The user departments can be public relations, commercial teams, marketing teams, even the CEOs. Within that, this project can be useful for all the industries. And finally, all the UiPath products that we use are UiPath apps, data service, orchestrator, studio, integration service, and we use ChatGPT as an additional technology. Some benefits are real-time tracking of opinions and sentiment related to a specific search, more confidence when adding strategic relationships between companies. You can have a feedback from social media, and you can improve your products, improve maybe add new features on your products, track the competitors' performance and how people are responding to their offers, and finally stay connected with the clients and their perceptions. Now I'm going to let you with my teammate Juan Pablo. He's going to explain the solution architecture that we use to carry out this project.
Thank you, Nico. And hi, everyone. I'm going to talk about the solution architecture using this simple diagram. The solution have multiple components, and I'll briefly go through each one of them. The first component is the UiPath apps, where we will find our user interface for conducting searches using the respective language, time frame, and the search topic that we select. The second one is the UiPath data service, where search parameters and the extracted data from LinkedIn and Twitter will be stored. The third component is the OpenAI model, the TextDaVinci 03 model, which enable us to perform sentiment analysis on the extracted posts from LinkedIn and Twitter. The fourth one is the integration service, facilitating the connection between the automation and the OpenAI model. Lastly, we have the orchestrator, allowing us to execute the automation in an attended manner. The automation follows the best practice using the reframework, and it is a component that establishes the connection with all the aforementioned components. So I'm going to run the demo, the role, so you can see how it works. In this part, I can type what we are looking for. So I'm going to search what is the people talking about the UiPath HyperHack 2023. I want to know what is the people talking about that. I can select if it is a company, brand, product, but this is an event. So I'm going to select event. The time frame, I'm going to select the last week. I want to know all about the last week. And the search language, I'm going to select English. This field is useful just for Twitter, because in LinkedIn we are not able to filter the results by the language. So I'm going to search here in this button, and the automation will be triggered, and it's going to run. Each queue item will be each platform that the road is going to use. The first one is Twitter. Right now is logging into Twitter, and he's going to search, do the search and extract all the data from all the posts using the filters that we assign in the UiPath app. When all the data is extracted, is going to be stored in a data table. That will be an input argument for the sentiment analysis phase, in which the extracted post will be grouped into different requests that will be subsequently sent to the TextDaVinci 03 model. Since the model response return a string with results for all the posts are in that request, regular expressions are used to extract the sentiment reflected towards the searched word in each post. So right now we can see that he's doing the search in LinkedIn. After all the data is like classified between neutral, positive, negative, it is uploaded to the UiPath data service, and is organized. All the data is organized into different variables that are the output arguments of the process, and that is going to be used the UiPath by the UiPath app.
1 minute to go.
So here in the UiPath app, you can see the results, how many people are talking about in a positive way about the UiPath HyperHack 2023. This is the lump sum of the reactions, the comments, the reposts. We can see the same thing, not just for LinkedIn, but Twitter. And also you can see the details. And in the details, you can see the classification for each post, if it is negative, positive, or neutral, and the amount of reactions, comments, and reposts for each post. So this is our reputational tracker, and thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Hey, who are the target users for this app?
Well, I think that the target users are all the industries, because you can see, you can, yeah, like we said, we can use this, this project to, yeah, to compare your company. Also, you can use in your company if you are trying to add a new business relationship. So yeah, I think that all the industries can be our target.
Okay, sorry, I think I jumped the gun. I didn't wait for the jury question. Sorry about it. I didn't realize. Sorry.
It's okay. We calibrated the timer minus 10 seconds. It's okay.
So one question from me would be that you are sort of fetching a certain amount of data and then analyzing it. Now, there would be a limit to how much of that your product can actually sustain, or is it just limitless? So let's say in 1 week, if I'm searching what's a very, very trending or a very controversial sort of news item, there would be a lot of data on LinkedIn or Twitter or wherever there is. So how do you sort of structure that?
Yeah, well, the limits will be on the requests that we are doing to the ChatGPT. So there is a limit of how many words we can search, yeah, by minute or by time. But I think that limit is only in the free version, because yeah, if you paid for the premium plan on ChatGPT, I think that we're good to go without limit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and also for like showing the results, we have a limit of 1,000 posts for each platform. That's the limit of the UiPath Data Service activity that we can use to query the results.
Yeah, actually, that was my question. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
There is 1 more minute. It was my mistake before. I reset the timer correctly.
So guys, 600 and something, there was a number there, reactions. Is that good or bad?
The reactions is like all the likes, retweets, or any reactions that we can do on LinkedIn. That's the amount of reactions that each post has.
So let me rephrase. If I see 1,000 or so posts, is that a good number or a bad number, or?
We like, the important thing is when we see that if it is a negative classification, let me show you. If it is a negative classification for the post, then it will be.
No, I'm sorry. We need to stop. Okay. Start.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Yi Guan. I'm from Singapore, and I'll be presenting to you in the next few minutes my expense tracker that is built in UiPath Automation Cloud. My team consists of 1 person, that is myself only. So this is a use case that I've designed and built entirely on my own. So what is exactly the problem that I'm trying to solve with this use case? The end goal here is to keep track of my daily expenses on a regular basis, right? The problem that I have, and I'm sure it's a problem that most people would have as well, is that today we have many ways of spending our money. We have credit cards, multiple credit cards, then we spend using cash, and we spend using cashless payments methods as well, especially in the post-COVID world. We can use a mobile phone to scan a QR code and make payments directly deducting from our bank accounts. So there are many ways in which our money can be spent, but not many easy ways to reconcile those expenses just to get an overview, right? You can read through your bank statements received at the end of the month, but then you have to go through multiple bank statements, and it's a little bit too late to take note of the expense that you have already made only at the end of the month. You want to keep track of your expenses in a proactive manner. So the solution that I have designed is to use receipts as the point of entry into the process. So Regardless of the payment method used, generally you would always have a receipt. So merchants would always give you a receipt for your spending most of the time. And the process that I have is that we just need to take a picture of the receipt, upload it to a cloud storage provider. In my case, it's my Dropbox account, run the robots, multiple robots, in fact, to process that receipt and finally generate a dashboard of your expenses that is updated on a very frequent basis, right, up to daily. Okay, so my solution architecture, there are a lot of UiPath stuff going on in this process. It is a little bit changed from my initial submission. I've made some enhancements to it, so I'm just going to run through that briefly. So my process begins with taking a picture of a receipt and uploading it to Dropbox. Then we run through several robots to pick up the receipt from Dropbox using integration service, send it through document understanding to process the receipts, and store the output in data service. Okay, and then we do some validations as well. What I've added here is that now I use Action Center to trigger a review task for me to review the expenses that have been extracted and make sure that they're correct. And then the updated results are sent to data service. And finally, all the human reviewed results, they are exported to Excel via integration service again to OneDrive, and dashboard is produced as well using UiPath Insights. Okay. We have some Microsoft Teams integration here via API calls to send me notification on my phone when an action requires me to review. So an action here, as well as here, once the expenses have been exported, I am notified as well. Okay, all automations run on Automation Cloud Robot serverless, so entirely cloud-based, no servers to manage. So that is a quick few slides on the introduction of my use case. So I'll just go into my instance now for a demo. Okay, so this is my Dropbox. Generally, the process begins with me uploading a receipt from my phone by taking a picture, but for time purposes, I'm just going to upload it directly here. So what I have here in this folder is an automation as well. This is a Dropbox feature to automatically rename the files by a certain naming convention. Okay, so it adds a date and a time to the file. Yeah, so you can see here now my two files that were uploaded, the date and time have been added to it. And then I go into UiPath Automation Cloud in Orchestrator. I have a couple of robots that will run, okay, to extract the data, take the receipts from Dropbox, send them through document understanding, do some basic validation of the amounts, and then create a task, okay? And then once the task is created, we have exporting to Excel and adding to Insights as well. So I will show up to the point of creating the task for human review, just because the exporting to Excel and dashboard stuff will take quite some time to run. Okay, so the robot starts running, and what it will do is that it will go through integration service to pick up the receipts from this folder. And once the receipts have been processed, they will be moved away from this folder into another folder called process folder, where it will be, it will just be stored there moving forward, so that this folder, the input folder, remains empty for any new receipts that will come. Okay. So while this is running, I will just take you through quickly data service, which is where the exported data will be stored. Okay. Oh, sorry, there is an error here. Yeah, I have the folder open. Okay, so at least one of the receipts were processed. So we could see from data service here, where is the receipt that was processed. So yeah, so these two receipts were processed. So the receipts that were processed, they are stored in data service here. So these are the two that we saw in Dropbox earlier, and the information that was extracted would come over here to data service. Okay, so what we should see, what we should have seen, which the error didn't occur, was that we would have generated the extra Action Center task as well for the human validation to run. So I'm just going to attempt it one more time, just to see whether we have enough time to get it running. Okay, so I'll let it run, and this is data service where the information is stored. Action Center, we require the process to run through before we can see the action being generated. But I'll just skip ahead to show you the dashboard, where this is the expense dashboard that we have that shows the expense amounts over the past year that I've been collecting receipts. So these are actual data, not demo data. I've added additional features here as well in the dashboard, where I can keep track of the spending according to every payment method that I have, the credit cards that I have, just so that I can keep track of the amount that I'm spending per card. Because in Singapore, I'm not sure whether this is the same in other parts of the world. In Singapore, credit card companies, they generally award bonus points for spending up to a certain limit, right? For the first $1,000 per month, you get 10 points per dollar of spending. And then for the subsequent spending, you get 1 point per dollar. So I use this to keep track of my spending per card. And I have threshold notifications as well to be sent to me when I hit a certain limit. Okay, so that is
Time's
the demo.
up.
Yep, thank you.
We'll go into Q&A now. Wait a bit for the jury. Okay, Q&A started. Any questions?
Yeah, sorry. So first question, sorry, as usual from me, is that on the receipts, right? So that you're scanning, and how are you, maybe I might have missed that. How are you actually extracting the information and consolidating it?
Just using document understanding. So I just take the image of the receipt from Dropbox and just send it straight to document understanding.
And does that work for all the scanned images that you have, or like how well does it work for you in these receipts?
So generally it works okay. Generally it works okay, but I do have an example where it sometimes doesn't work that okay. Because I'm using a out-of-the-box document understanding model, it is not customized to the data that I have, the receipts I receive. So you can see here as an example, I definitely did not spend $500 at the grocery store earlier today. It is due to the document understanding mistaking a $sign here for a 5. I encounter this situation from time to time. It would be solved if I were to train a custom, retrain the receipts model with my data to increase its accuracy. That's something that could explore down further down in the roadmap. But currently, generally, it works fine. I do not need to make many corrections in my use of it.
No, good for something out of the box for sure. So thank you.
We still have over 1 minute for questions.
Okay, then another one from me would be the dashboards that you've created.
Yeah.
Have you manually created all of these dashboards, or are they being generated due to the data that you put together, or the way you've modeled your data?
So the initial design of the charts that I want in the dashboard is a one-time thing that I have set up. Subsequently, all data that is processed through the entire receipt processing process, the data is ingested automatically into Insight. So I have another robot that runs on the schedule. It just uploads the data into a queue in Orchestrator, and that queue is where I direct Insights to get the data from. So it is fully activated now. I get the dashboard sent to myself and my wife every weekend just to see what was spent over the previous week. It is a live process. I've been running this for over a month.
Shortly, I would need it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we will pause recording. Are you ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay, start.
Good morning, good evening, esteemed judges, fellow participants, and everyone watching here. So the testing journey has been exciting, and normally at the same time, we are having the challenging phases as well. So here, the problem statement of our today's use case is auto testing is a solution. And the problem of this solution is to tackle, it revolves around the testing phases, which includes test case generations, test report generations, test data generations, as well as executions. So next slide, please. So our team has built the solutions where we are trying to generate test keys, test data, and test report with the help of UiPath Test Suite and Test Manager. Next slide. So being as a manual tester, there are a lot of challenges any user will face as a part of tester. like that manual testing bottleneck, inadequate test coverage, inefficiency in test reporting, which will not have a detailed test report for any of the test cases, test overrun, inconsistent testing process, and finally missing the deadlines. Next slide. So our solution will help any testing team to build end-to-end test cases, test data, as well as test report, detailed test report with the help of intelligent solutions, or I can say a generative AI solution. Next slide. So this is a to-be process where we have used field data extractions. First, we are analyzing, our bot is analyzing the complete solutions or the platform to get detail of each of the fields to create test cases as well as test data generations. For here, we have used UiPath Test Suite, OpenAI, and Generative AI. And finally, with the help of Test Manager and Orchestrator, we are running or completing the executions and finally generating a detailed test report. Now, Vartika will demonstrate the final solutions, and after that, we'll see the benefits and the future. So here the bot will start executing it first. This will extract each and every detail from the applications and try to generate the test cases of each of the input characters which we have. So here we have targeted e-commerce based solutions which will have size, then product ID and other field. And after that, with the help of generative AI, we are building a test data, and this test data will be generated dynamically and we can export into the Excel file. Test case is normally we are using ChatGPT API to generate the test cases, and finally with the help of UiPath Test Suite, we are extracting each of the test cases and summarizing the test details in a proper test case template. So this test data is generated successfully, and after that, the bot will start. This is a test case which is generated with the help of ChatGPT. So once both the details are ready, bot will start executing the process and filling out the form, each and every detail. And whenever the test data is generated, bot is uploading in queue, and from the queue, each and every fields will be tested successfully. So here for the time constraint, we have used a few of the cases. However, we can cover each and every test cases executions dynamically, where manual interventions will be not required. So bot is filling the details and trying to test each of the fields. Next process, it will start again for the size. First one, we have tested for the product ID, and next will be for size, where small, medium, and large cases will be identified in the form itself. This will enter all of the fields based on the test data which is generated, and finally this will navigate it to the test report, where it will generate detailed test report with the help of Test Manager, and it will also create a summarized detailed summary report which contains each and every step detail. After that, this will have the screenshots, and finally this will convert into the PDF format. Now here, from here, this will extract each of the details, and based on the specified template, we have already specified template, and this template we can customize it according to our requirement. So bot will fill each of the detail within the summarized templates, and after that, this will convert into the PDF, which we can share with any user. And the solutions can be used in any of the industry, be it e-commerce, be it banking and finance, any industry where we can utilize it. So this will go one by one, fill all those details, and finally attach the screenshots. And after the screenshots, this template will be converted into PDF, and we can share with the end user. As a part of future enhancement, we have targeted, we can use machine learning solutions, and as well as to integrate with more advanced AI solutions to have the proper streamlined process. As a part of also is a part of enhancement, documentations can be streamlined in a different way where every team structure can be met. So here you can see all of the test cases has been passed, and finally you can see the screenshots will be attached within the documents, and the final template will be generated. So that's our complete solutions, and here you can see the final report. This is generated in PDF format, where you'll have all those details with the proper screenshot, and each steps will be targeted. That's it. Thank you.
Stop here. Keep your screen share, Deepak, for the Q&A. Yeah. And now we're starting the Q&A with the jury. Any questions?
So Deepak, I see you're using Mockaroo to generate data. If you were to suggest an alternative to this, what would that be?
So there are other tools as well as a part of selector process selectors. There's one tool to generate test data and test cases as well. So which is a subscription based where you have to pay for it. So Mockaroo is having initial free versions with some limited test data generations. After that, any user can pay it for it.
Any other questions? I see we have questions in the chat, but we need questions from the jury. For those in the chat, the team can answer in chat.
Sorry, that Christina. Yeah, sorry, Christina. I had the same question in terms of data, because that's really the main challenge. But yeah, I like the question which just popped up, that how did you actually create these test cases?
So test case creations actually with the help of form, we have the bot went each of the elements details. So we have targeted all the inspect element data, and based on these elements, we can give our AI based solutions to generate the test cases. So let's say bot first will go into the text box. So based on the inspect element details, we can feed this detail. Text box is having some parameters, and within these parameters, either minimum and maximum size. Second will be the type of input. These all parameters we have provided within our solution, so that test cases can be generated according to us, not randomly. Hope I answered the question.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to understand. So you have configured what to test on a particular element? Is that what you're saying?
No. So this complete process is dynamic. We have trained our automation solutions where it will go and find it out first the elements, and based on the elements, we have fed it some parameters. These are the parameters which will use the bot solutions and generate the test cases as well as test data. Both.
Okay. We will need to stop here, and I will also pause recording.
Sure. Hello everyone, greetings for the day. My name is Motasim Mapkar, and today I will be unveiling a showdown of good bots versus bad bots, and how Guardian helps guard the enterprise person masters from full-scale invasion of miscreant bots. On the screen, an old news article hints at the impact of bad Twitter bots on 2016 US presidential elections. But don't dismiss this as history. This very issue resurfaced, jeopardizing a $44 billion acquisition of Twitter. And take a glance at the subheadline. Twitter battles 1 million spam bot accounts every single day. A colossal challenge, isn't it? Let's delve deeper into the battle of good bots versus bad bots. Behold the graph revealing the internet traffic distribution among humans, good bots, and their malevolent counterparts. A stark ascent of bad bots commands a staggering 30.2% of total internet traffic. Can you fathom the scale? Let me add some perspective here. In 2022, the internet hosted 5.3 billion active users, translating to a mind-boggling 1.6 billion malicious bot accounts. 1.6 billion, that's greater than the entire population of India. Enough about the problem. Let's shift our focus to the solution. Following extensive dialogues with our enterprise data management team, our strategy against the menace crystallizes into 3 decisive steps. Firstly, identify the accounts spawned by bad bots and confine them. Then introduce a human checkpoint for review before ultimately erasing them from existence. Let's see an overview of how we do it. The top UI layer comprises of UiPath apps that provides easy access to trigger and monitor automation runs, review and verify the results, monitor and retrain the brain of the solution. Created on top of UiPath data service that provides with persistent data storage for all the modules. Further, we have all our automations hosted and running on UiPath Orchestrator. And finally, the brain of the solution. It is an ML skill deployed in UiPath AI Center based on UiPath multilingual text classification model. And the user would be a senior data analyst irrespective of the industry. Enough talk. Let's see Guardian in action. It all starts here. Click create new request to get started, and the app creates a new automation request for you with status new. Now click identify and select the duration for which you want to sweep the bot accounts. This initiates the first step in the offensive against bad bots. Let's trace the steps in the solution architecture. The app triggers a backend process that connects to the EPM, fetches all accounts in the specified duration, while our brain, the ML model, ingests these accounts one at a time, infers whether it is a bot or real, and updates it in data service to be displayed in the app. This is a time-intensive process and might take hours to scour through thousands of accounts. And it displays the progress, as you can see, and refreshes it once the process is complete. The job is complete now. And we move to the next step. Open the request to review the work of our good bots army. As you can see, the status has changed to review requested. We have 2 sections. The one on the right are the confirmed inferences, while second, review with all the inferred bot accounts. Confirm the classification by marking them as individual bots individually or all at once, as there can be hundreds of bots accounts, maybe more. Click mark all as bot to update them all at once. This helps keep our good bots army in check and prevent any collateral damage. Once completed, you can review and confirm once and click complete review to proceed. This changes the status to review complete. Now the last and most important step. Give the order to eliminate the bot accounts from existence and the battle begins. Our good bots will wipe out any traces of these malicious accounts from our enterprise person master. This takes a bit of time depending on how many bot accounts we've found. You can go back to the main page where you can check this. Now the advantage of having independent automation runs, as you can see, is that you can review any request by simply opening it to view the identified and eliminated bot accounts. Now it's time to look at what's going on the right side of this main page. What are these blank fields? Click refresh to populate them. Guardian refreshes the performance characteristics of its brain and displays them for your reference. These are the actual characteristics based on the actual data that is being used. You're not happy with the performance? You can click the create training data to retrain it. This triggers a backend process that fetches new records since last training, does the required preconditioning of data, such as removing duplicates, randomizing data, etc., dumps them in a CSV file, and uploads it to the trained dataset in AI Center so that you don't have to do anything manually to retrain it. As you can see, the CSV file will be uploaded to AI Center. And using this dataset, one simply needs to run the training pipeline, and without any hassle, we have retrained our brain to comprehend newly found bot account patterns. That's Guardian for you, an end-to-end solution to identify, review, and eliminate malicious bot accounts. With Guardian in the front line, commandeering the army of good bots, these are some of the benefits of pitting our army of good bots against the miscreants. Clockwise from the top, You can see the data analysts are freed from mundane tasks of checking thousands of accounts, boosting their productivity. Eliminating bot accounts enhances data integrity and helps to derive enriching insights. Cherry on the top is the free resources misutilized to store the bot accounts. And USP of this solution is the model governance capabilities for ease of governance and retraining. Bonus of this cleaning exercise is accelerated contact matching, translating to effective marketing campaigns. Deploying Guardian, we have won just a small battle against the bad bots. The endless war with malevolent bots requires continuous improvement with some of the avenues listed here. We can improve the performance of ML model by training it on a large data set and scaling it to improve the throughput. Advanced anomaly detection can complement this solution to isolate bot accounts in bulk and eliminate them. We can even leverage advanced ML models trained on more features, like including addresses, etc., to predict the bot accounts more accurately. And finally, the dream of every enterprise person master analyst, real-time monitoring and elimination of bot accounts, ensuring 100% clean and accurate person master every single time. This would be the ultimate victory of the army of good bots with their commander, Guardian. Thank you.
Thank you too. You were right on time. Okay, yeah, right, exactly on time. So we will go into Q&A now. We can start.
Very good presentation there. One question around how do you identify malicious bots?
So for now, I'm using the full name of the account, and then I have trained an ML model, training it on like live data. And for now, it is identifying the bot accounts from the full name, but we can add more features later on. So it is a UiPath, it is a ML model derived from UiPath multilingual text classification, hosted on our AI center.
Understood. Thank you.
First of all, very nice presentation. I had one question.
Prasad, you cannot ask because only jury member can ask question.
But you can ask in chat, please. So feel free to ask in chat, and after the Q&A, they will answer.
Yeah, okay, understood.
So I think great presentation, but one question again. So right now, like you're identifying basis the account name, is it?
Yes.
Right. So I mean, the fact that you're going ahead and actually deleting those bot accounts or those accounts, I think basically the core of your solution is your identification model, and that cannot be so simplistic.
It is not.
So is there any aspirational product that you might want to use for, like, what's your thought around something?
So this
that you
is
want to
based,
put in there?
yeah, this is based on a real use case that came to us from our enterprise person master team, and these are the bot accounts that you see are the real case that they are seeing right now. For now, we've started with the full name, but we can add more features and we can sophisticate the model more, as I've shown in the feature scope. But you already have that structure in place. Now you can improve the model. You can switch in and switch out the different parts of it.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to check if there's any aspirational model out there that you might like to use out of the box. That's fine. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
40 seconds.
Are you using this currently on a daily basis?
We plan to use it. We are in discovery phase right now.
Okay.
Okay, time is up. Pause recording, and since this is almost over now, Mokta was our last presenter. As you can see, team 9 here. I think the jury can now start the calibration, so no need to put the last timer for the jury calibration. Just to let you know, so just to go once more through the teams that presented today, we had the first team, Team Samaritan, second team, Persistent IMA, third team, Team Automigos, then Team UiPath, fifth team, Team the Silicon Robots 2.0, Software Automations, Team Individual GIW, Team Boundaryless Test Automation, and last Motasim Mapkar with the last presentation you have seen today. Thank you very much for your presentations today. Thank you for the contestants and the effort they put into these presentations, and for the stress, it being a live finale, maybe we added a bit of stress this time. Also, just to let you know, the winner's announcement will be Monday, August 7th. So just a reminder for everyone regarding that, when you can expect the final results, they will be announced by us on Monday. We do not give an exact hour. We do not know how much the process will take, but definitely by end of day, the winners will be announced on Monday. Firstly on UiPath forum, and then you will see in social. If there are any questions from the contestants, you can still write us on email by then and ask us like if there are any clarifications regarding today. And thank you all once more. Thank you also for the jury. I think we can let the jury debate a bit now. So I will put the rest in waiting room. And
maybe before that, if any of the jury want to say anything on their experience or how they find that.
If the calibration is done, then please, the jury can have a word. I think all the contestants will welcome that.
Yeah, so hey, as always, my expectations exceeded looking at completion of ideas that were presented. Great work, thoroughly enjoyed it. Congrats, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Liji.
Yeah, same from mine as well. This was wonderful to see. I think we saw some great end-to-end use cases, use of the platform, innovative ideas. Thank you all for participating, and I'm super excited with everything I saw today.
Yeah, I would like to echo the same thing. I think it was really interesting, and I think something I was excited about, and it didn't disappoint. So congratulations to all the presenters. It was really a job well done. Thank you.
Mirza, in case you're still there.
Seems I'm always double muted. I was actually blown away. I am today I had a rough day and I was almost very close to missing this. I'm happy I didn't, because for me it was inspirational. There is a lot of takeaways for me as a product manager, but also takeaways related to where we can go using our platform and the next generation large language models, because as we can all see, these are enabling net new opportunities when it comes to using automation. And it's gonna be hard, listing that 1, 2, 3, but you should be proud of and thank you for the hard work you've put into this. And for sharing.
Thank you very much, Mitra, for those words and the feedback. So yeah, definitely congratulations to all the finalists. Already that all the finalists will already get the UiPath credential and the certification voucher. So these efforts were definitely not in vain. These were the top use cases from a very high number. This year we had a record number of registrations for the HyperHack, and as well as a record submission number. So definitely something to be very proud of. We're hoping to see you online on Monday with feedback and to welcome the winners of the hackathon. This will be the culmination of a project that lasted for more than 2 months for us, so it was an incredibly complex project. And thank you once more. Vibor, you want to say
Thank you,
anything?
everyone. Best wishes to everyone. May the best team win.
Definitely. Bye-bye. Jury can stay.